What is up, beautiful people? I think I'm going to start off with telling you that I'm back online. It feels good to be alive right now. I kind of wanted to start off a little bit, just going on a poetry improv rants to let people catch up and sign on because I don't know exactly everything that's going to happen in this live right now. I know I have a box I want to open in front of you. I know there's excitement in doing that. I know I've seen so many YouTube videos that were so silly and truly original, and at the same time, they had that fun element of surprise. And just opening a box, opening a package that you don't know what's inside of it, you don't know why, but you want to see the joy in someone's eyes when they open it. You want to feel something vicariously, or maybe you're secretly jealous and want what's inside. I don't know, but I love a good box opening show. So I'm making up a poem for you today as I'm testing out this restream thing as well on my Facebook and YouTube. And it's kind of crazy. It's kind of a lot. I'm making it work. I got centrifugal force happening to my right, balancing a tripod because I wanted to make sure that you and I see eye to eye as best as we humanly can. So I'm really trying to set up this whole tripod thing with my laptop. Oh my gosh, I was losing my poop for a minute or two. And at the same time, I knew I had to just come online today, close enough to the time I said I was going to yesterday, so I could open these exciting things with you right now. All right, y'all, you ready? You ready? Plant-based profits, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see y'all. Earth Medicine Mother, what up? What's up, Aaron? Good to see you. Super Mama over there. So yeah, I'll give people like one more minute to sign on for sure. There was a few people that said they would be able to make it today, but then I pushed back the time so much that I won't be upset if they can't. So I'll start off with like a simple package that I got from my brother. We're both in the comics. And I figured, you know what? I figured I'm reading the room, y'all. I know it's a tough world right now, but I figured this would add some love and light, you know, as cliche as that may be. Just something fun, something uplifting, something where you don't have to argue about the controversy of it. It's opening a box. It's opening a package. Can we agree? Can we just agree opening something is fun? Let's not start a controversy about it. I love y'all. I love y'all. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. And of course, I'm gonna tie this into inner peace and world peace somehow. Of course I am. So the first package. Whoa! I kind of knew what this was because my brother told me about this new comic book series that's talking about racism or something. And I had no idea what it was, but I knew the way he described the storyline. I was like, yo, I'm going to check that out. And this already looks deep. It's called White Osagiefo Smith 3 are the two, maybe the story writers. It's by Black Mask, Chapter 1. I'm looking forward to this. And again, when a comic costs $15, limited to 350 copies, you know it's going to get cray-cray. You know it's going to get cray-cray. So I'm excited for this. Exclusive variant cover. All right. That's amazing. All right. That was a fun little mini surprise. Little fun. Whew. I've been wanting to open that for a while. We're going to go to the next box. Y'all ready for the next box? I don't think you're ready. I don't think y'all are ready. Are y'all ready? Am I ready? I don't know if I'm ready. So I'll tell you this. I'm always excited to find out about new things and artists and new things that people are working on. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And this book right here, how do I describe? Ooh, I should kind of just open it and not say anything first. I'm not good at box openings, apparently. I'm not good. I am horrible at box opening. I almost told you what it was before I finished opening it with you. This is terrible. So this book, I've told a number of you about it before. Hopefully I'm promoting this as good as I could. I have a poem in this book, and it's probably one of my top 10 most impactful poems I feel like I've ever written. Yeah, that's about right. This book is I'll read the summary of the book and I'll let y'all just know about it yourself. It says here, there's two blurbs here. I'm going to read first. Find out why respect for other living beings is the key to human survival in the face of senseless violence and climate change. That's from Jane Velez Mitchell, founder of Jane Unchained News. Appreciate you always. Inspirational testimonies illustrate that animal rights is a growing worldwide social justice movement. And that's said by Jenny McQueen, co-founder of Animal Rights Toronto. And it says here, voices for animal liberation should be read by all of us striving to be better human beings. Caroline Paul, author and activist. So that's just a couple blurbs. Brittany Michelson. Oh my gosh, the fact that she approached me to be part of this book and everything she's done as an activist as well for animal rights, animal causes, it just made sense. It made sense to be a part of this book, y'all. And I'd say also the way they connect animal rights to it being a social justice movement and how much it impacts our everyday lives. It's kind of amazing. It was kind of unexpected how beautiful that is. Good to see you, C. Spence. And I think I'm getting better at understanding kind of like how much we don't really know about how animal rights even affected us to this day. And knowing that if we stopped messing around with animals and the viruses that they have that are foreign to our bodies, we wouldn't be in an epidemic right now. Like, I don't know if y'all have talked about that or if you're aware of that or if there's ongoing discussions you've seen about that. But a lot of things that have killed humans that are viruses came from animals that I'm okay not messing with, to be honest. Like, we don't need to always mess with these animals that are just trying to, be alive and do their thing, So again, I'm never gonna try to convert you or bash people or anything like that, just to make sure y'all know how I roll. But I am open to talking about it. I'm always gonna have an ear to listen to you as well. And at the same time, oh man, y'all, it's one of those topics we don't talk about enough. So I'll finish reading this the summary and then I'll move on to the next box. All right. In today's world, voices of the marginalized are in the spotlight and people across the globe are recognizing animal rights as a social justice movement. During a time of historic actions and victorious campaigns, Voices for Animal Liberation depicts the full spectrum of animal rights activism that is currently at work to create change. This book offers the words of both new and highly influential voices in the movement today, with the intention of inspiring and educating those who are sparked by the vision of a more ethical world, including a foreword by Ingrid Newkirk, founder and president of PETA, and arguably one of the most prolific figures in the animal rights movement. Other contributors include Jean Bauer, founder of Farm Sanctuary, Jill Robinson, founder of Animals Asia, Sean Monson, filmmaker. He also made the movie Earthlings, which I highly recommend. Earthlings, phenomenal. Alexandra Paul, who is an actor as well, and so many more. I know for a fact all the people in this book, I've seen them at events. I've worked with them before. Oh, what's up, Akashi? How you doing? Akashik? Good to see you. Good to see you. All of them, yes. And so yeah, Brittany Michelson, and then I'd say, yeah, Jasmine Afshar, Chase Aviar, Dotsie Balsh is an Olympic medalist as well. Matthew Braun is a former investigator of farms and slaughterhouses. Like all these activists and artists in here. Amy Jean Davis, she was on American Idol for y'all that remember, but she also has her own sanctuary, and of course, it's called Love Always. Definitely recommend you check that out. My gosh, yeah, there's so many people, and they're from all over the world. Direct Action Everywhere, shout out to them. Gwenna Hunter doing her thing, her chapter in here, all these different chapters in here. They're not really about converting. I just want to really, really push that. These are personal, like really intimate stories of how the animal rights movement or even learning more about animals and what they mean to this planet affected these people personally. It's really beautiful, y'all. It's really special. Good to see you. Good to see you, Brooke. What's up? So I feel like, yeah, I feel like I had to really shout out a few more of these artists and actors and artists. And that vegan couple is in here. Zafir Molina, she founded the vegan flag. There's a flag that represents veganism. It's amazing. Gosh, yeah. And then Sean Munson again. I shouted him again because the film he did, Earthlings, was narrated by freaking award-winning Joaquin Phoenix. Like, I hope, if anything, when I name drop y'all, that makes you at least curious more to check out the work if you respect that artist. You know what I mean? And Joaquin does phenomenal work. We all know he does that kind of work that's so hard to watch or look at, but it's such a powerful reflection of us as human beings, right? He's not afraid to share those stories or go into certain characters that are so either disturbed or trying to confront something within themselves that's hard to see. And whenever things are not painted in that pretty light, you know what I mean? Of course it's hard for us to take it in, but it's better when we do, because it's truth, because it's humanity. It's our own humanity being reflected back at us through these artists, through these filmmakers, through these amazing activists. Yeah, I'm really honored and blessed to know all of y'all. And even at the end of the book, shout out to Danny, of course, Danny Rukin. My God, there's so many people I want to shout out in this book. But even in the resources section, they have amazing stuff for every kind of news organization that promotes animal rights. Save the Elephant Foundation, Our Planet There's Two. Shout out to them, always doing NARD, National Animal Rights Day. Excuse me. Yeah, I got the fan on too much on me, I think, maybe. Okay, I'm okay. I'm negative, y'all. It's okay. And then I think that's it for that box. That was a lot. I know. That was amazing, right? Are we feeling excited right now? Because this was a lot. Oh, you sent a request to be in the video. What's up? All right. We're gonna have a little special guest surprise from one of my favorite up and coming new artists in the world. What up, bro? What's up? What's going on?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm about to do the second box I'm opening right now. But what's up?
Well, cool. I just got this book, and so
Yes.
I just wanted to say what it meant for me. Like I'm new, trying to eat more plant based, and not perfect at it, but working at it. But there was an essay in here from I'm gonna say like Alexandra Hall.
Yeah.
Yes. And she was talking about how she struggled with an eating disorder in the past, and how she was really nervous about, giving up, or like afraid to sorry, my dogs are working.
No problem.
Afraid to, cut out foods.
Yeah.
Like she had come so far in her recovery, and so I just really relate to that. I'm like 20 years in recovery, and so that's been kind of one of my I was like, but I really want to trust what sounds good. And anyways, this is an amazing essay though about how when she decided to go ahead and make that change, that it wasn't a struggle because she was actually living out her values.
Right.
And that was what it caused the eating disorder in the first place, was not being able to be authentic. And it's super powerful. So for anyone who, I just think in general our culture, food is something we have all the time, but it's easy to use to numb or to hurt ourselves too. But it's super powerful the way these artists and activists talk about it, and it's empowering.
Okay.
It's not a deprivation. So that's why I wanted to jump on. I was like, I just got that book too.
Thank you for that. No, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm so glad. You know what? I haven't told people about what I'm gonna do with these books, yet. So I'm glad. I am so glad you came on. I'll tell people the surprise at the end of how you got that book. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much. I mean that. Thank you for sharing your story, of course. And again, your vulnerability and your poetry is always amazing. I mean that. So thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
All right. Bye.
See you later.
Later, Gator. Oh man, that was such a great surprise. Okay, so yeah, again, I can't even yeah, y'all. That was, you know what I mean? It's, it almost feels scripted when stuff like that happens, but it's like, yeah, I'm so glad that you were inspired to even share that, Brooke. And I remember talking about this book with you, and just, yeah, I forget how many chapters in this book connect to what people are going through in their own personal lives, you know. And Gwenna Hunter being, you know, a black woman, a black female vegan, and talking about her story, and then Danny being, connecting gay rights to feminism and animal liberation, um, and then on top of that, yeah, Alexandra Paul, she's the co-host of Switch for Good, and she talked about how veganism transformed my relationship with food. That's right. Oh man, I'm like halfway through this book, I think, and it's like I'm still like just getting impacted every time. So I'm glad. I'm really glad. Zafir's in the building. What? I can't believe you just joined right now. Just shouting you out, homie. So yeah, so I feel like, again, this powerful book, y'all. Oh, and a fun surprise was that I didn't know that Ingrid was gonna shout me out at the end of her foreword. I'll give you that surprise. Um, she said at the end of this book, the individual writer's experiences seem to be summed up in a verse from Sean Hill's poem. As alone as you may feel sometimes, you are never alone. We are all in this together. The vision to transform the world, elevate everyone's innate potential by teaching sacred respect for all life forms. And she says to please read this book, pass it on to others, and take its lessons to heart. And that, oh, like in terms of that golden rule, y'all, in terms of treating other people how we want to be treated, right? Like, it was really interesting seeing how she applies that to animals as well. You know, like, why are we treating animals not the same way we want to be treated, right? It was really deep, y'all. Again, just reflections, just thoughts. Definitely worth discussing and finding out more about with their work, just to let you know. Because again, I don't know who the vegan was that hurt you or the plant-based person was that offended you, but I'm sorry for that. Okay, I'm willing to talk to you about it in a reasonable, rational way, in case you ever got rubbed the wrong way from someone plant-based. There's a lot of, there's, again, it's one of those things where it's where it's like, ideally, if someone vegan did something bad or like whatever, that doesn't mean all vegans are that way. Just like in the same way when like a white person, you know, does a murder, a serial murder, or becomes like, I don't know, or shoots up a school, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. I'm not thinking all white people do that, right? It's one of those things where I hope you all are thinking outside those boxes, okay? Or that you've met other people that eat differently, that are super nice and respectful and loving, and just not being upset with you or acting prissy, or like, yeah, there's that one joke that says, you know how a friend of yours is vegan? Oh, don't worry, they're gonna tell you. Oh, I was like, oh, that joke has so much truth though. I was like, damn it. It was pretty funny. So yeah, I hope we're all also able to laugh at ourselves as well, y'all. That's a big part of it too. All right, moving on. Next box. Uh, I told you we're gonna get deep. Even in a box opening, we're gonna get deep. Oh man, yeah. Because again, no organization is perfect. Like, that's the thing about it, right? Thank you for sharing, Akashik. No organization is perfect, and at the same time, we're always trying to hold people accountable and push them to be better. Even for their own causes. There's causes that are still good causes, but if the people running them aren't, good, or not good, but are being corrupted by something, or having their own battles or weaknesses, we don't have to write them off. We don't have to write off the cause because we know people are imperfect. You know what I mean? Am I getting too deep? Does this make sense? Yeah. Yeah. And I'll show you all the book titles at the end of this. So next box. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh. Oh, I ripped that box too much though. All right. So check this out, y'all. I ordered even more books. Yes. What? You're not ready. You're not ready. This was like, you thought it was going to be something different, but it wasn't. What? You're welcome. You're welcome. So, welcome, Lyric. Welcome, Lyric. So, again, I'll make the announcement now, actually, is that I've ordered enough copies. Oh, man, some of these I might have to return. They're kind of, if y'all don't mind some of them being bent up or shipped all funny, let me know. Let me know if that's not a big deal to you. Because shipping and handling, we're going to talk. We're going to have some words. So, bam, I am going to actually be signing 10 copies of this book. And I personalize my copies with poetry to everyone that I sign a book to. So after this posts, again, I won't be able to see your comments right now, but feel free to comment if you are calling dibs on the first 10 copies. All right. And be sure to leave in the comments after this posts, your favorite movie or your favorite song and how you want to feel. All right. How you want to feel, favorite movie or favorite song. All right. And I'm going to personalize a copy of the book for you. Okay. Okay. Moving on. Last box, y'all. I got one more box for you. And then, I'm going to have to go after this actually. Because I'll be jumping on a live. I'll be jumping on a live soon with UN Women USA, the LA chapter, and talking about the event that we're doing tomorrow, which is promoting Cities So Safe. Cities So Safe, and it's a great event where they're so good at doing like community collaboration, team building to make our cities safer, especially for women, and actually empowering ourselves to know how to change our own cities, to know how to do that. So, there's an LA county official that's going to be there, a Long Beach official as well, who's the chief innovative planning officer. And then at the same time, there's going to be two other amazing, female empowerment speakers that also do work with women that have been abused or hurt, that also there's a resiliency toolkit that one of them invented. I'll tell you all about that more for sure, because it's one of those events that, it's not an event to entertain you. I want to make sure I say that. It's an event to inform, to help inspire you to actually do more work in your own community and be more aware of how to make this world better instead of always complaining about what's not working in the world. You know what I mean? So I kind of got to that place in my life years back, y'all, where I'm like, dang, there's so many things wrong. Who's fixing this stuff, right? And so you find the people that are actually making solutions happen. And you realized all they need is more people to make those solutions happen. So I was like, all right, I'm signed on. I'm in. So UN USA Women, on their Instagram, it's UN Women LA. UN Women LA is their Instagram. All right, y'all. This is the last box. You see this thing? Oh, look at the size of this thing. Look, what? All right, well, let's do this. You like that? Some ASMR? You like that ASMR? Let me try to do it again. I bet there's like probably 20 of you that know what ASMR is. All right, let's do this. Okay. All right, y'all. All right, and you know what's funny is that when I saw this box in front of my spot, it was tilted to the side, so I'm really concerned about the quality of what's in here. Let's see. Yeah. Oh wow. They wrap this up good. This is like how, like in that show Dexter, he would wrap like his victims. Oh my god, it's kind of scary how good this is wrapped. I'm kind of frightened. Oh my god, how do I? All right. Oh, okay, there we go. Got it. It's a workout, y'all. This is a workout. Oh yeah. Oh, you could choose lyric. You could choose just a most impactful movie or song. You don't have to choose your favorite, by the way. All right, y'all. So I got some special stuff for y'all again. So this is another book that I was published in this year. This year. It's called 2020, the year that changed America. Man, y'all, this book, I got stories for you. It's the first time I'm talking about it, and it's overdue. Shout out to Kevin Powell's writing workshop, which is how I came across this entire workshop. Shout out to Carla Vega, who's a phenomenal artist, poet, actor, voiceover artist, like everything. She does everything. Dance, she can, sing, she can do it all. I've known her for over 10 years. Phenomenal human being. She told me about this workshop, and not only that, when they had the opportunity to include everyone's work in that workshop in an anthology, it was a no-brainer, y'all. It was a no-brainer to want to be a part of something like this. All right. And you know what? I'll read the summary to explain more why this thing is amazing. All right. Here we go. What's up? What's up, Suleiman? 2020 is a year we shall never forget. Not America, not the world. The tragic death of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi, the global pandemic called COVID-19, the police killings of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, rest in peace, rest in power, the massive street protests of Black Lives Matter, the passing of famous names like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Chadwick Boseman, Naya Rivera, and Congressman John Lewis. The U.S. presidential election and its ugly aftermath. Amidst all of this, acclaimed writer Kevin Powell and the historic Nuyorican Poets Cafe, shout out, partnered on 7 free Zoom writing workshops to allow people to express themselves in a safe and non-judgmental space, and to build community given the harsh realities of COVID. Writers of all ages and identities showed up. 7 workshops turned into 10, plus a permanent Facebook group of a few hundred writers. It's probably, I think, at 1,000 now, actually. It's been growing beautifully. And now this book, 2020, the year that changed America. And then it became this book, 2020, the year that changed America. Award-winning and game-changing writers like Nikki Giovanni, Gloria Steinem, Eaton Thomas, Nancy Mercado, Dave Zerwin, Jackson Katz, Jessica Caremore, shout out, Asha Bendel, Tim Wise, Bob Holman, and V, formerly Eve Ensler, joined both previously published and newly published writers of blogs, essays, poetry, journal entries, and fiction. Soulful, informational, eye-catching, and gut-wrenching. This anthology is a testimony of resilience and loss, of hurt and hope, of stories remembered and stories forgotten, of politics and the political, and what is possible when so much seems impossible. And on the back it says, join Kevin Powell's writing workshop, as it's called, on Facebook, and proceeds from this book will be donated to Urban Word NYC. And I checked them out, y'all. It's a beautiful, like, poetry mentor youth program. And I believe Amanda Gorman was a part of it before. In case that, again, I drop names, y'all, to make sure you care, to make sure it connects to something you care about or that you've heard about. Sometimes our brains are silly like that, and it works. But this book, I mean, I'm not going to be able to recommend it enough. Cover design by Rodney Clancy, interior design Hillary Van Wright, cover photography Kay Hickman, and even the people that made this book possible were all from the workshop, so they all worked effortlessly. Not effort with a lot of effort, I mean, but it looked effortlessly, and they were coordinating all the time. I mean, and Carla was on that team as well, and just the people there, y'all. Like, damn, like it was a lot. It was one of those labors of love, and it became a real book that you can get, on Amazon now. And yeah, it was. And I think they're doing more with this book. And I don't talk about it enough, to be honest. So, my apologies on that. I don't talk about it enough. And so yeah, so this box, I bought a lot of copies, y'all. I bought a lot of copies so I can sign this book as well and give them to you as well. So again, I have about 20 copies of this book. Yeah, about 20 copies. So feel free to call dibs again, and I will sign. Absolutely happy to sign these books for y'all. Because it was something so simple, but yet it takes a lot of energy and effort to do all this, to order these books, to get them here, to sign them and all that. I get it. I'm not afraid to do it, y'all. I'm not afraid to do it. And then also, last but not least, in case y'all don't know about this book, this is the book I took with me on tour. I've had this book out for a while now, but I want to write a new book. I want to write a new book for y'all. So check this out. I have, again, so many copies left over from my tour with Andy, good old Andy Grammer. Check out his new song, by the way, Lease on Life. It's a feel good. It's, if you need to feel good right now, damn it, Andy, you make some good feel good music, brother. Like, keep doing it, please. So again, these are the books I have left over from the tour. I have about 100 copies of these. Okay, 100 copies. So call dibs now if you want a copy of this book as well. If you get all of these books, if you get all three, of course I'm gonna make it worth your while. I'm gonna throw in my album for free. All right, I'm gonna give you my digital spoken word album for free if you buy all three. All right, bam. Because who doesn't love a good deal? Who does not love a good deal? I get it. It's very capitalistic. I get it. You know, but here's the thing. Capitalism can have a heart when we do it right. And we're trying to see if that's possible at least. So, capitalism with a heart, y'all. You buy 3 of these books, I'm going to give you the bonus album for free. This got deep. This just got deep. Oh, man. Good times, y'all. Good times. So last but not least, yeah, I got 20. Oh my God, I got so many books right now. Last but not least, I'm going to do always, I like to surprise people and shout them out and do things like that. Oh no! Oh gosh, I just moved all this and I can't believe it didn't fall. I have this so precariously perched, y'all. You don't even know right now. You don't even know. Oh my God, I never want to move like that again. Okay. Oh, this would have been awful if that fell. Okay. So last but not least, I'm going to shout out a few other books, right? But these other books I'm going to shout out, I'm going to do a short reading of them next time on Friday. All right. If y'all are free on Friday, I'm going to do a short, like a couple pages of each book and things like that, right? So whenever I shout out books, I want to make sure, whenever I shout out my own book, I want to shout out other books, right? So one, we got this book. I can't wait to dive into this. I'm going to cry so good. 3032. Matthew Cuban Hernandez is a poet, speaker, and performance coach from Jacksonville, Florida. He has toured as far as Abu Dhabi and nearly every major city in the United States and Europe, performing, teaching, and coaching poetry. A teaching artist for nearly 10 years, Matthew has spent the last 4 years working in youth detention centers across Los Angeles County. He is open for artists such as Wu-Tang, and is also a 3-time Southern Fried Poetry Slam champion. He's performed for platforms such as BuzzFeed and NPR, and he's an award-winning poetry coach. Cuban's favorite activity is making people feel great. Sometimes he does this through poetry. How sweet is this guy? Freaking love you, man. Like, Matt, like, yo, I don't get tired of working with you, man. I don't get tired of seeing you at the poetry events. Our last thing we did for Def Poetry, I can't wait. I don't think I've seen it yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. 3032, get ready. This is where you're going to get emotional, y'all. 3032 is the address number of Matthew's childhood home in Jacksonville, Florida. He explores the dynamics of his childhood, his family, and growing up in a neighborhood that influenced Matthew's path in educating incarcerated youth. 3032 is a dedication to Cuban's mother, who passed away during the writing of this book. The gifts that Matthew's mother gave to him continue on in this text. Damn it, Matt. So, looking forward to reading that with y'all, and nothing but love, man. Just nothing but love to you, brother. Like, If you haven't heard him live, y'all, if you haven't heard his poetry, if it doesn't touch you, then you need extra hugs. Like there's something wrong if we're not receiving poetry like he delivers, and it's so beautiful every time, y'all. Just to let you know. Good to see y'all. Good to see a lot of y'all on here. It's a good reunion right now. I'm missing y'all. All right, I'm gonna shout out 2 other books, and then end with one more surprise. I still got more surprises. Okay. You know what? Let me go with Justin's book. So this book, Man Enough, some of y'all may have heard of it. It's been making the rounds on TV, on different shows. Who else? It's published with it's published with, I know it's, HarperCollins Publishers. Me and Justin go way back, Justin Baldoni, this man. And he also made a podcast based on this book. And I'll read a couple blurbs from it to really let y'all know that you probably should be checking this podcast and this book out as well. So Shawn Mendes says, Man Enough filled my heart with courage to do and be better. Oozing truth and love, this book was absolutely necessary for me to read. If you're like me and searching for a push in the right direction, you found it. Glennon Doyle, New York Times bestselling author of Untamed and founder of Together Rising, says, in a world drowning in harmful ideas about masculinity, Man Enough is the life raft we desperately need. Wise, vulnerable, trustworthy, and hilarious. This book will liberate lives, redeem relationships, and help carry us all to a higher ground. Jay Shetty. Y'all know Jay Shetty? New York Times bestselling author of Think Like a Monk. This guy says, Man Enough takes us on an intensely personal yet universal journey as Justin Baldoni explores how the messages of masculinity have shaped him individually and us collectively. His brave reflections invite us into our own stories with more empathy, compassion, and freedom for ourselves and for the men in our lives. This book shines a needed light on our inherent self-worth and what it truly means to be man enough. All right, last shout out. This is the most important addition to the conversation around masculinity in a decade because it is solution-based and allows everyone access to this conversation in a safe way. Justin is masterful in encouraging and guiding men in consciously examining their own masculinity and how it's affecting their lives and the world around them by being transparent and vulnerable about his own growth. And that quote is from Karamo Brown, TV host and star of Netflix's Queer Eye. All right. So again, they do blurbs because they're putting attention to things that matter. I want to make sure y'all know that. What up, Petty Poops? Can't believe I just said your name out loud, and it's really Petty Poops. It's a great name. Great name again. Y'all, this is amazing. This is so good. All right. This feels good. All right, I'm going to keep going. I know. Let me see. Yeah, and then I'll just read the actual summary of the book. The effects of traditionally defined masculinity have become one of the most prevalent social issues of our time. In this engaging and provocative new book, beloved actor, director, and social activist Justin Baldoni reflects on his own struggles with masculinity. With insight and honesty, he explores a range of difficult, sometimes uncomfortable topics, including strength and vulnerability, relationships and marriage, body image, sex and sexuality, racial justice, gender equality, and fatherhood. And he's a father, people. I don't know how you had the time. Writing from experience, Justin invites us to move beyond the scripts we've learned since childhood and the roles we were expected to play. He challenges men to be brave enough, to be vulnerable, to be strong enough, to be sensitive. To be strong enough to be sensitive. You catch that? To be confident enough to listen. Encouraging men to dig deep within themselves, Justin helps us reimagine what it means to be man enough, and in the process, what it means to be human. Oh my gosh, how deep is that, y'all? How deep is that? I'm doing the picture thing that they do to promote this book. It's fun to do. Y'all, in terms of gender equality and the kind of things that if we solve that, when that actually is realized, I think somewhere between 70, probably 70 to 90%, I think, of our other issues would be solved. A lot of things just get better when gender equality is actually taken into effect or considered. And I mean that in the most subtle ways too. You know what? I'll give you one example. There were statistics that were showing that women, when they're given money, when they have money, they make money from their jobs, right? However they spend their money, it tends to go back into the family. It tends to go back into kind of just re-nourishing their own family more than when a man has money and how they spend money, right? And again, don't be mad at me, y'all. It's stats. These are stats. And there was one other thing that said, I remember, for example, how gender inequality connects to education and how women get given less education or don't, excuse me, not given, are not allowed to have certain education levels reached in other countries and other places. There was a stat that said, there was this great stat that said something about um, when a woman is educated, uh, she is more likely um, to be able to not only give back to their community even more highfold, that they also improve the relationship within the family or something like that. It was like amazing, just beautiful stats that like improve the world and make the world better. And it was like when you really connect education to even the possibility of what women can do to make this world better, and how often we're just education's not even there for so many women. It really makes me imagine a world that could be so much better to live in, y'all. Like, damn. You know, um, yeah, I'll come up with more examples that are better because I know I could give you a lot better examples because there's so many out there and there's so many ways to look at that topic, that people don't know about or don't know how to approach it. So, yeah, and just the way women are still treated to this day, y'all. How they can be, praised 1 second and then demonized the next, and it could be for the same thing sometimes, So, um, yeah, much respect, much love to all the women out there, and especially with what's going on right now in Texas, y'all. Again, it's a dialogue to have because I know so many people, y'all, so many people don't really know the full bill. And on top of that, we're not talking about the actual things that need to be discussed with the people that think that bill makes sense, like to actually discuss that in a real way. I just want to say this real quick. There's so many of those memes going around, or like owning people, with your like argument and saying things like, oh, if men get a vasectomy, like we should do that. How about that? You don't, how do you like your ownership of your own body, right? And yes, point made, makes sense. But are we having and sending those memes to people to talk about it? Is it an icebreaker? Are we actually reaching out to people that think differently on that topic and having real dialogue? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Because I get kind of like like I get annoyed for like 5 minutes and then I get more inspired to make sure that we know how to really create the space for dialogue with those kind of topics, because apparently they've been going on for so long and we're still here where people are trying to get that kind of law into effect. So apparently we need to talk about it more, y'all. Like we need to reach these people more and actually be reachable as well. You get me? Because it's too much of like us telling people that they're wrong and not enough of having actual, equitable dialogue. So I hope that makes sense, y'all. I hope that makes sense. Again, these are just ideas that I wanna get out there and share, and I appreciate y'all for listening. Isabel Stone, good to see you. Genshis, good to see you. All right. Last two books I'm gonna promote, and I'm gonna get the heck out of here. Shout out to Art Cure. My gosh, K. Hubbard, Art Cure, Dr. Hubbard here. An Owner's Guide to Self-Healing. Oh my gosh. This book, y'all, just started it. It's a keeper. It is a keeper. Easily. So I'm going to read the back, of course. Dr. I want to say Gertis Thomas, naturopathic doctor and author, says, an amusing, and fresh approach to self-work. Anxiety is on the rise because stressors are on the rise. Let me be the first to tell you that your heightened response is proof that your body cares about you. If you are interested in a broader approach to securing your health, but you do not know where to begin, the answer is inside of you. This book was written to help you find it. In an unconquerable soul, an owner's guide to self-healing, you will be given a blueprint for how to reconnect with an inner guidance that steers you towards total health of mind, body, and spirit. Come on now. The exercises and meditation scripts that have supported many of Dr. K's clients are now available for you. And then 2 more blurbs she has on this thing. I've known her for years, by the way. K's amazing. Dr. K's well-planned, thoughtful, guided meditations really help to encourage and reawaken my passion for meditation. She has a way of presenting a topic calmly and allowing space for you to process, question, and evaluate while she mentally holds your hand through it. Jordan Holmes, thanks you. And Camilla Hamilton, ND, also says, Dr. Hubbard is awesome. She not only helped me with dealing with stress in my life, but she helped guide me with maturing mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. What the what? Amazing. And then one last thing I'll say is that one of the most powerful parts in this book that I still am trying to like handle mentally is that there's a difference between self-care and self-healing. All right, that's all I'm going to say about this book. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Phenomenal. Oh my gosh. And there's an afro. Look, come on, a black woman with an afro on there. How diverse can you get? Again, if you don't know, there's other spiritual books out there by black women and people of color and indigenous peeps. Please make sure you're getting a diverse perspective of whatever you're reading. Again, I'm not saying some people, no, just to double check what you're hearing. I didn't say don't get white people's books. All right. Didn't say that. Just want to make sure you know I didn't say that. I'm saying please make sure to enliven your database of information and knowledge and wisdom and understanding and spiritual guidance. Just that's all I'm recommending. I'm recommending it. Never telling y'all what to do. I know. We get a little funny with that. I know. Especially online, right? Like they're telling people what to do, right? Boom. Highly recommended. Last but not least, as a big thank you to an inspirational human being and phenomenal fellow mixed heritage super artist extraordinaire. Over 10 years I've known this woman, this phenomenal artist, human being, transformative, uplifting person that she is, Carla Vega. I wanted to shout you out one more time because I still don't know if you know how great you are and your own brilliance and all that, but I knew I wanted to invest in your work and invest in it more. So I bought a copy of the first voiceover book you've ever done. And it, like, y'all, she did the voiceover for this book online. So on Audible, wherever you get your audio books, you're going to hear Carla Vega's voice. And I remember hanging out with her and being able to experience the excitement she felt of booking that kind of job. And to be able to lend your voice to such a great young adult novel, by the way. I'll read y'all about this real quick. Coming of age as a fat brown girl in a white Connecticut suburb is hard. Harder when your whole life is on fire, though. BuzzFeed says, we're so excited to get our hands on it, on the book. And then Gabby Rivera, author of Juliet Takes a Breath and Marvel's America, says, a sweet and cheerful debut. Fat Chance Charlie Vega moves with rom-com energy, and a whole lot of awkward, goofy, chubby girl with a crush on a boy vibes. How great is that? That's such a good blurb. I'm sorry. That's such a good blurb. Oh my God, that's such a good blurb. So, Fat Chance, Charlie Vega, the fact that her name, that Carla's name has, has the same last name, and how much she connected with this character, and just like it was so great to witness the work, the dedication she put into it. You put into it, Carla. It was amazing work. Yeah, nothing but happiness to you, homie. Nothing but the best of dreams, and even more voiceover books and more voiceover opportunities for you. Break a leg, keep breaking a leg, homie. Appreciate everything you're doing. I can't wait. I'm gonna read this before I'm gonna try to gift it to you and surprise you with it, because I don't think she got a copy of it, y'all. So yeah, she's one of those artists that like goes on to the next project, and then she's done like 15 amazing art, like great projects in like a month or two, and then she doesn't feel like she did anything or something. And I'm like, what? You read this whole book for hours, for a week nonstop, and you recorded it, and you did retakes, and you put time and energy and research into every character, and you did the work of the actor, the craft. You did the craft to tell a story, to help the youth of America, and especially like young brown women. Oh my gosh, like I hope you know how great you are. I really do. All right. So again, much love. Oh, Angie, what's up? Welcome, Angie. Welcome, Sarah T. Pacheco, Earthshake. So yeah, y'all, I had to shout her out. I had to make sure that was known. All these books also, if you don't want me to sign any of the books, you can buy them from my bookshop.org link in my Instagram. All right. So I made it easy for you in case you're like, yo, I don't want to wait for a signature. I just want to order it right now. Cool. I get that. I respect that. If you want a copy of one of these books and you want me to sign it, personalize a poem to you in it, again, leave your name, because some of y'all don't have your name on your Instagram. Leave your name, who I'm going to sign it to, your favorite movie or song, and then what you want to feel more of in your life. All right, those are the 3 questions I'm asking you. Leave a comment after I post this, and yeah, I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited to get these out to the world and really believe in my own work more, to be honest, y'all. So like, there's times where I forget that my poetry has impacted y'all. I forget that how much the world needs someone grounded in understanding and positivity and compassion, and just like it's still weird to me to get thanked for listening, right? It still is weird to me when I get thanked for having a conversation with someone that thinks differently than me, and they were happy they didn't get attacked personally or insulted. You know what I mean? And even as hard as it is personally to deal with, trauma or pain, in my own life, to reach more people, to bridge those gaps of understanding, I can promise y'all it's worth it. Because the temporary pain that I go through to make these books happen, to make these poems happen, to have these dialogues with people that don't know how much the way they're thinking or voting is hurting the world. Those dialogues, I know for a fact that when we bridge and we clear up the miscommunication, or we clear up the misunderstanding, or the things that they think about me and my beliefs, or I clear up the things with them and their beliefs, and we get to that place, then we're able to prevent that much more pain and heartache in the future. It's the same thing behind reporting a crime, right? Because you don't want that person to keep hurting other people, right? So in the same way, we gotta reach other people that think unlike us. We gotta get to a place where we can dialogue in a respectful, loving way, even if they're thinking the most racistly horrible, harmful things. Yeah, I know. It sounds crazy. But what might help you out in that is remembering that every racist person or every person you call a racist, that of course they're more than a racist. They're not just that. You don't need to define them by that one thing. Second of all, that racist person that you're calling racist, for example, is also somebody's brother, is somebody's sister, is somebody's father, is somebody's wife, right? It's somebody's something that matters to them. So as soon as we stop boxing someone in to a single thing we can demonize, you start to see their full humanity, y'all. And again, just sharing this, I just want to share these ideas because I think we're at a time and a place where we need to really practice these ideas and apply them and do the work. Because it's easy to yell at somebody or yell at something and not do the work of connecting with them and trying to figure out how they think and how they understand and how they move in the world. You know, and be their friend, to actually be there and support them in their life. Yo, it's not for everybody. I get it. It's not. And I think I'm okay with signing up for this kind of work in my lifetime now. I'm like more of accepting of it. So again, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, if you're down for that kind of work, I'm always going to be able to talk about it with y'all. I'm always down to build more ideas with y'all. If not, it's all love. It's all good. Of course, we don't have to agree with everybody we talk to on Instagram, right? And at the same time, yeah, I just want to give y'all that extra incentive of love to know that you can still love someone even though you disagree with them, even though they hurt somebody, even if they're not voting the same way, even if they see an issue differently. You can still love them. And that love usually helps with the communication. Just to let you know. All right. All right. Cool. Cool. I'm done sounding like I'm preaching, which I'm definitely not. But I love having these dialogues with y'all. And again, any questions or comments, y'all let me know. Oh, I wasn't able to see. Yeah, Facebook and YouTube that I'm streaming on and Periscope. I'm not able to see the comments actually that y'all are writing, but I see them on here finally. I didn't know they were right over here. Okay, but if that's the case, why did we draw the line? Couldn't have treated the Nazi elder. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. So paradigm shift. I see you. So you know what? Yeah, just to make sure y'all are clear on what I'm saying. Even if that's the case, where do we draw that line? And basically, this person is talking about we couldn't have treated. Yeah, when you bring up the Nazis, it's you kind of go big on that one. So here's the thing: if we're gonna go to something that extreme of an idea, y'all, oh, and this is a question that gets asked a lot. It's a topic that gets brought up a lot. How do you have compassion for someone that does something so heinous, right? That does something so seemingly horrible for the world or to other people, right? How do you still give them compassion, right? So I'll tell you two quick stories. One, oh no, I should go soon. Okay, I'll be quick. One, I came across a website one time that talked about family members who didn't want the death penalty to happen for the person that killed their family member. So these are moms, these are brothers, these are family members that said, you know what? No, killing them is not going to bring my loved one back. I don't think we should kill someone else to prove that killing is wrong. You know, and some of them said religious reasons. Some of them was like, you know, I want God to forgive them. I want God to, you know, grant their soul peace because they're going to live a lot harder life than I am, you know? And that was interesting. I was like, that stuff, that kind of mentality blows my mind. It opens up my heart more because I didn't know that compassion like that existed. You know what I mean? So those were stories that oh my gosh, like on YouTube, if you watch videos of when someone confronts their rapist and has a conversation with them, oh shite, they all like the kind of work that is being done right now on personal levels is so much bigger than probably what I'm even describing to you. So, second other thing is that you can still stop harm from happening, especially in the case of Nazis and Hitler. It's always good to stop what's happening that's an injustice, but then still try to reach the person. You get me? Like, the best example I have for that is when people apologize for racism. And I'm like, no. It's cool. Yeah, thanks. No, I get it. You feel bad about racism, but let's put these laws into effect right now. Can we, like, I just need you to sign this thing and sign that thing and then call these people, right? And then let's talk about feelings. Let's talk about that stuff, right? So if people aren't budging on a mental or emotional place first, then that's what you would have to confront them with first. If people want to do the right thing, but they're giving you a lot of words and a lot of like fluff, right? No, you put the things in front of them to do right now, so we get that done urgently, because lives are being murdered every day. Lives are in the balance every second right now. There's children like right now being hurt right now, right? Whether in a genocide war or somewhere else in the world, whatever, right? That stuff is happening all the time right now. So I hope that kind of gives you the balance of perspective where if people aren't budging one way, you confront another way. And if you're trying to do this another way, then you have enough people supporting this other avenue, right? Either way, we got to move forward with justice. We got to move forward with doing the right thing. Absolutely. What I mean is when there's harm still being done, Yeah, if the harm is still happening, then the problem wasn't solved. That's the whole point. Yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about that another time, because I feel like I explained it pretty good. So we'll double check. We'll double check though next time, because I want to keep talking about that. My goodness. So yeah, y'all, I think that's about it. Any other questions or comments, feel free to put them below. This video went on a lot longer than I thought, but an hour is good. An hour is good. It's like a little TV show, I guess. So much love again, y'all. Please share this with whoever you think needs it. And I didn't tell you, in this book, I wrote one of the most powerful pieces about race and racism and white atrocities, Black struggle and pain, in the most direct, beautiful, and compassionate way I've ever done. So this book has one of my poems along with other great artists. I'm in a book with Nikki Giovanni, y'all. I'm in a book with Gloria Steinem and Jessica Caremore, y'all. Like, these are artists that I didn't know how much I respected until I found out I'm in a book with them, And shout out to Susan Baraka, I believe. Susan Baraka, she's a poet in this book as well. They just won an Emmy. She won an Emmy for her work for, I think it was that YouTube video about America and voting or something like that. It was beautiful. It was beautifully done. I saw it a while back. So again, great artists. I want to make sure y'all know about just really great local artists, great global artists, great organizations that are going on, that are doing that work right now. There's no shortage of people doing the work, y'all. So if you keep feeling like you don't know what to do with your time or your energy, or you feel like you're just mad at the world and you keep complaining about the world, and you're having Facebook arguments, hopefully I'm going to give you enough places to go to where you turn that energy into something constructive, and we can do this together. We can make a better world together. All right, y'all. All right. Much love. Keep bending reality. I want to sign off with that kind of cool thing. Like, let's bend reality, y'all. Like, I'm going to work on that, because it's not feeling authentic. It's like, I got to go. I got to run. But much love again. Much respect, y'all. Keep doing what you're doing. All right. And please keep giving yourself love. You deserve it. Give yourself a pat on the back if you need it. If you're not doing enough, then push yourself harder. You know what to do. You know what to do. I love y'all. All right. Peace. Oh my God. I can't believe this is working though. This is great. This whole restream thing. Yeah. Much love again. Facebook, Periscope, YouTube. I'll be checking with y'all more often now. All right. Using this restream service. And I hope it worked out well. I hope it looks good on your side.